If someone handed you a tool that helps you save, let's say, 5 hours a week, and it helps you to think more clearly, to communicate more effectively, to brainstorm for ideas and come up with things that you may not have been able to come up with on your own, do you think you would use it? Or would you say, I don't know what I'm doing with this, and then you just shove it in your drawer with your half-used journals and your half-used productivity planners and a lot of those instruction manuals that you never once cracked open? I kind of think that response is what a lot of people over the age of 40 are giving to ChatGPT, that it just seems like this is confusing, I don't know what to do with it, so I'm just going to ignore it. In this video, I want to help you move away from that response and maybe just get a realization of some of the benefits that ChatGPT can provide to you, and help you understand that tech understanding is not a requirement to be able to really see what it can offer you. Hey, I'm Diane. I'm in my mid-50s, and I've started this YouTube channel to help my fellow folks who are over the age of 40 to have more influence and hopefully have ways to earn more income while they're doing that. I talk a lot about having a YouTube channel with that, but I'm also understanding that a lot of people are asking questions about how AI can help them to have a YouTube channel, live life better, come up with ideas, simplify understanding of things. So I'm starting to make some videos about that too. All right, I've got 6 big benefits here that I think you'll maybe be surprised at the breadth of influence that having ChatGPT and having the answers that it can give you and help that organized thinking, help you to be able to move ahead and realize that it's just not too complicated. So let's dive in. Benefit number 1, helping you save money without feeling deprived. So let's say you're trying to trim your monthly budget and you're looking through your expenditures and you're thinking through grocery, gas, streaming services, energy bills. You can type into ChatGPT something simple like, give me 7 ways to cut spending without making me feel deprived for a woman who is in her 60s and lives alone and has 1 cat as a pet. Now, it's up to you how much detail you want to put in. If you feel uncomfortable putting in a lot of information, fine, but realize that the responses you get are going to be matching the type of detail that you put in. So the more general you are, the more general response you're going to get. But the more details that you add, the more pointed that answer can be for what you're looking for. So you might be surprised at the variety of answers you're going to get. It might come back with something like, go to your community center for free classes on art rather than paying for something. Helping you to come up with pantry challenges to make sure that you're cooking your meals out of food that you've already got sitting in your cupboard and refrigerator. It can even help you communicate, whether by phone or by email, to cancel some streaming subscription that maybe you forgot you had, but you know if you're going to call, they're going to run you through the rigmarole of lots of retention services to make sure that you don't cancel. So ChatGPT can give you an idea. If you type in, give me a firm yet courteous response to help me cancel, label the streaming service, to make sure that it is easily canceled and I don't have to deal with lots of company representatives. And it'll give you text that you can use, whether you want to write it or you're calling in, that maybe takes away some of the fear of doing some of those things. The point is that you can use this to get pretty specific advice for what you're looking for, rather than like a general blanket statement that you might get back from Google if you ask the same types of questions. And again, I encourage you to be as specific as you care to be so that you can get back answers that are going to be as helpful for you as possible. Hey, I'm busy editing this video and I thought, why not just put together another list of prompts that people can use to generate some ideas as to how you might use it for specific needs in your life. So I did that. I put together a list of 54 additional ChatGPT prompts in some different categories. You can access that in the description below this video. I have it linked. It's a free download. Love for you to just take a look and maybe get some more and better ideas. So let's go through a few more money-saving options that will be prompts you can use that are going to get you a lot better response than just help me find some ways to save money. You could go with something like, help me create a 2-week meal plan using the groceries I already have plus $50. And then you can either list out the groceries you already have, or if you have the ChatGPT phone app, you can also take some pictures and just add that to the prompt as well. Take a picture of the inside of your refrigerator, take a picture of your pantry closet, and it sees already what you have online, and you don't even have to list out what you already have. Here's another option. Give me 5 ideas for a birthday gift for my brother who loves gardening and keep the budget at $25. So you've given enough idea that you can have a personal, targeted gift for the person that you care for, but not have to break the bank with the spending on it, and probably give you some ideas that you may never have thought of on your own. Now, here's what could be a big one. Give me 7 actionable ideas that I can use to lower my energy bills when it gets cold this winter. Now, you might get back some things that you're already doing, but it might come back with some suggestions that you've never thought of, dealing with maybe the specific type of fuel or electric that you use for heating, or the type of smart thermostat that you have, or the type of smart thermostat that you might be thinking of getting. And back to meal prep, I have 6 ingredients in my refrigerator. What can I make for dinner tonight without having to get any other things from the store? So with this money-saving benefit that ChatGPT can provide, it can help you to plan ahead. It can help you to avoid waste. It can help you to compare smarter and even find creative options for what you have to spend on, but you haven't thought of this possible solution. Benefit number 2, decision support when your mind just feels like it can't do one more thing. Have you ever had those days where even making small decisions just feels like too much to do? It's things like what to make for dinner, what health insurance plan am I supposed to choose, how can I write a text back to somebody that feels polite but isn't passive aggressive? Decision overwhelm typically isn't about being disorganized. It's about not having the brain space, and it's having too many options to consider. And I think that's the kind of thing that ChatGPT can especially help with, because it just helps you to organize your thinking. It doesn't make the decision for you. It helps it set up so you can make a better decision moving forward. Here's a few examples as to how that might take place. It can help you to compare and contrast without going down that rabbit hole of searching that might take you hours for that decision when you're like, I just need a few small things to help me know what to do to move forward. Like, can you give me the pros and cons of a high deductible versus a low deductible health insurance plan? And instead of Googling and getting things that might be way all over the place, you could give a few details on the plans that you're considering and get a pointed, targeted answer. It can help you to clarify your own thinking. Here's an example. I'm torn between 2 weekend plans, and then you would sort of list a few details of what they are. Help me to decide which one's going to be best for me. So then let ChatGPT just be your neutral sounding board. No judgment, just logic, and taking away all the emotion for you making that decision. But speaking of emotion, it can also help you with some emotionally related decisions too. I need to write a kind but firm text to a work colleague to help them understand that I can't accept the meeting invite that they just sent. And it helps you to come up with words that you might either be too wound up to be able to say effectively, or you just don't have the brain space to know how to write it. It can help you cut through emotional fog, especially when it comes to maybe some bigger spending decisions. Like an example might be, my husband and I are in our 60s and we're looking to purchase our next used vehicle, and we're wondering whether a hybrid vehicle is the best answer for us when we take long trips. So then you get an answer back that doesn't have the marketing spin associated with it, but can help you just give some clear decision points to say, yeah, this is a good idea, or no, maybe try another option. All of these things with clarifying thinking means that ChatGPT can just help you cut through the noise in your head or the lack of ability to come up with a good idea, and help give you a path to move forward and help you make some better decisions. Benefit number 3 can help you just to be a better writer. And that's not saying that you need to write a book. It means that you're just writing some response texts or some emails, or maybe something with your job that you just don't know how to move forward. Let ChatGPT help you to clarify your thinking and come up with some ideas. So let's talk about some examples. You don't have to let it do the writing for you. It just helps you when you're looking at that blinking cursor and you don't know how to move forward. Get some ideas so that you can be the one who's putting out the great text moving forward. So say you're in a situation where you need to write a professional response, but you're just not sure how formal to be. Again, we mentioned about a work colleague sending a meeting request. So you could say, write a short but professional message declining this request. Make it polite but firm. You'll get a clean draft that then you can go ahead and personalize and make it more pointed to the situation and the person. But you don't have to start from scratch. You've got a good basis to be able to start from. Maybe move it away from professional more to personal, and you can have it send a thoughtful message to a friend who's going through a hard time, but maybe you're just not sure what's the right thing to say in this circumstance. Here's an example. Help me write a message to my female friend who just lost her father. Help it to be sincere, empathetic, and sympathetic, and help me to be clear in sharing ways that I might be able to help. These are the times that it might feel like you're emotionally stuck when you're like, I just don't know what to say. Again, a response from ChatGPT like this can help give you a jumping off point. Sometimes that's just all you need. Or how about those times that you need to write something about yourself, whether it's for a bio for a web page or your LinkedIn profile, or heck, even a dating profile these days, that you need to come up with something to write about yourself and you have no idea where to start. So let's say it's that web page bio for your business. And you can type a prompt of, help me to write a clear, short, and professional bio with the information that you know about me. And then list out a few things that you think it should include. And if you've been using ChatGPT for a while, it's still going to store some information that it can pull in and help you say, oh, I didn't even think about that. It just helps you to smooth out the language while keeping your writing and your information at the center. Or here's one of my favorites, because I like to use ChatGPT to help me with my YouTube scripting. So I'm coming with 4 messy ideas. So my prompt might be, here are the 4 things that I want to cover in this video. And here are 3 subpoints. If you have them. If you don't, it'll help you come up with them. But help me to organize this into an order that helps my audience to be able to follow, and help me to clarify it so that I can make short points that I think they can really benefit from. So whether you're a content creator, whether you're a caregiver, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a retiree, we all have circumstances where we just need some help to organize our thinking to be able to produce a better written product for whatever medium. So I encourage you to give ChatGPT a try and see if it can help you to get your organized of your thinking done better, and to help you just to be able to produce a better end product, because you are able to personalize what it gives you and make it that final thing that you're going to feel proud of. All right, we got to move on here. Benefit number 4, it can really help you to summarize books or lengthy documents when you don't have the time or opportunity to read them in full. Let's face it, we don't always have the time to take the latest big nonfiction book and, just take a weekend and read it so you're able to talk about the big points in it. Or maybe you have some professional document from an attorney or from a business deal or something like that that is 87 pages long, and you don't have the time to sit and digest all that. ChatGPT can really come in clutch to help you to summarize these, to get the key points from them, and be able to help you make some decisions moving forward. So let's take that book summary. So one of the big nonfiction books out right now is The Let Them Theory from Mel Robbins. I think it's over 300 pages, but if you want to get the big points from it that I think a lot of people are benefiting from this book, you can just put in a prompt to help you summarize it. Here's a prompt you might consider for that. Give me a summary of The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, including an easy-to-understand explanation of the main concepts, 10 actionable takeaways, and who would benefit the most from reading it. So what you're going to get back is a brief overview of the book. It's going to include the main themes and the frameworks that are discussed. And I was also interested, I got back the limitations of the theory as well, which I think can be super helpful. You'll have the key lessons that you can implement in real life, and then it helps you to understand who the intended audience is and see maybe whether it's for you, or maybe you're not really the best person to be able to read this book right now. And as a bonus tip, you can ask for these summaries with certain definitions to them. Like maybe for this book, you would say, summarize the Let Them Theory in five bullet points that will help me to set necessary emotional boundaries. You can even ask it to target the summary for who you are as a demographic, maybe as a teacher, as an entrepreneur, as a retiree, as someone who struggles with anxiety. Then moving on to those long documents as a summary option too, say that you have a pretty short time frame and you just got a legal agreement back from a company that you're working with, and it's so many pages long and you don't have time to go through it. So you just ask for a summary through ChatGPT and ask it not to use business jargon, but to explain it in clearly understandable terms. Now, I will always give just a disclaimer here that, especially if it's legal or medical or anything like that, you need to double check. This isn't something that ChatGPT is going to give you exact information every time. It's much better at the summarizing, at the organizing, at the brainstorming. But if you need clearly defined information, please be sure that you double check and you speak to the appropriate professionals. Now, with that being said, here's maybe some hints to be able to get the best possible summary and the shortest amounts of words for you to be able to do what you need to do with that document. Now, here's a step that I encourage you to consider. Yes, you can upload the entire PDF at one time, but I have found that ChatGPT does a better job at giving you summaries if you kind of put things in chunks so that it can only deal with certain sections at a time. I'm going to suggest that maybe you take 3,000 words at a time that you copy and paste in, and then give your summary questions there and do it point by point through the document rather than the whole thing at once. I think you're going to get a better response. Then once you get all the sections in, you can ask for a full overview at that point. So let me give you some examples as to how this might hit home a little more. Maybe you serve on a church committee and you just received a 15-page policy proposal, and ChatGPT will help you to distill this down into the main points and help you to be able to make that decision. Your HOA emails you the new bylaws that they're considering, and maybe you can compare it to what you have as the current bylaws and just see what the changes are very easily. Your financial advisor sends you an updated version of your retirement plan, and ChatGPT can help you to outline it with the pros and the cons and the potential risks that you should be asking about. You're considering purchasing an online course to help you with a certain topic, and you can put in the homepage for that course with the details and ask it some questions about what your particular needs are and whether you think that it is the best one for you to purchase. So as a final tip for this summarizing section, let me just encourage you to always be as specific as possible. For instance, if you are running a nonprofit and you're thinking about a grant, then say in your prompt, summarize this document for a nonprofit director who is considering applying for this grant. Give it the context, give it the paradigm as to what it should be producing the information for, and it's going to line up better with what you're hoping to get. So with all this summary, you don't have to feel guilty that you don't have time or opportunity to read every word of something, but you can be able to move forward being, pretty well inspired by the information you're going to get and pretty well equipped to hopefully make a good decision, even though you don't have the time to always digest everything the way that you might want to. Now, benefit number 5. Let's just say that ChatGPT can help you to understand things and not feel like you have to ask dumb questions to accomplish that. We've all had these moments that we're not alone when someone is talking about APR rates or generative AI or Medicare Part D or any of those things that we just don't have knowledge of. But at some point in life, we're going to have to figure these things out to some extent. The problem comes when you have nodded a little too long and you realize, okay, I'm too embarrassed to ask the question at this point, but I probably ought to figure this out. ChatGPT is that little friend online who can help you to understand these things and help you to have a place to be able to ask the questions. Here are some examples that might hit home. What exactly is a Roth conversion, and should I consider having one? What's the difference between Wi-Fi and data usage for my phone plan? Can you please explain to me how points work for a mortgage and treat me like I'm a 5th grader? Hopefully, you're going to get back answers that are in plain English for you and help you to gain that level of understanding that you're looking for. But you can still ask for clarifications, and no one's going to know if you say, explain this to me like I'm a 12-year-old, and it will. Whether you're dealing with things that are in tech jargon or in healthcare language or in financial terminology, any of these things, even modern slang, for those of us that are a little older and we have no idea what people are saying about things right now, ChatGPT gives you a place to be able to ask these questions and get further clarification as you need without going down 15 different rabbit holes and visiting 20 different sites. It can provide you the answer in a quick and simple manner. Now, finally, benefit number 6, and I think this one holds the greatest appeal for those of us who are over that 40 category. It helps us to teach and to train and to share what we know with more confidence. So by the time you've hit the age of 40 and older, we definitely lived through some things and we have the opportunity to share those important insights with our peers, with people that are older than us and people that are younger with us. And now, thanks to social media, so many platforms exist to be able to do that easily. Plus, you can always write a book. You can create presentations for things. The opportunities are endless for how to share, but sometimes you just need greater confidence to be able to figure out what it is that you want to share and then how to do it. And that's a great place for ChatGPT to come in. It doesn't replace your lifelong and earned wisdom. It just helps you to organize it and to be able to present it with more clarity and confidence. So, what are the things that maybe you're particularly equipped to share? Maybe you're an excellent trip planner and you know how to take great vacations on strict budgets. Or maybe you've earned a lot of wisdom by being a caregiver for an elderly parent. Maybe you're navigating a long marriage and you've earned a lot of well-deserved wisdom during the way, and you feel like I'm in a good place where I can share this with other women who are just starting out in their marriages. Maybe you know that you're in a great position to mentor younger coworkers in the job that you have. You could give some of these prompts to ChatGPT. Help me outline a short guide to help someone to learn how to do X, and then insert that topic. Turn my life experiences on XYZ into a 5-part YouTube video series. These are the types of things that will give you back answers that give you structure and clarity and momentum on how to move forward. I'm always encouraging people in their 40s and over, especially, to consider what message you have to share and then figure out the way that's most comfortable for you to do that. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I talk about the importance of having a YouTube channel quite a lot. I do have an entire playlist on how to succeed on YouTube over the age of 40. I'd love for you to check some of them out once we're done with this video. But I encourage you to do that because you obviously have things that you've learned through your life that are going to be able to benefit other people. And by you creating videos, especially on YouTube, you have a way to connect with people who may never be able to find and acquire and benefit from the wisdom that you particularly have to share. But if that seems like that's too big of a mountain for me to climb, then use something like ChatGPT to help you get some steps forward, to help you come up with some video ideas, to help you come up with scripts, because it's really helpful for me to be able to organize my thinking and put out a script that I think is going to have the most potential to really be able to connect with people. So if it's been something you've considering, YouTube or whatever the platform, or writing a book that you would post on the Amazon platform or whatever else, start putting your ideas into ChatGPT and talk about what some of your goals are, what you'd like to accomplish, the person who you think might be the best connector for the knowledge that you have to share, and just let it come up with some ideas that hopefully will give you some momentum to start to move with. Okay, we've talked about a lot here, and I thanks for sticking with me. But I just want to encourage you again that using a tool like ChatGPT isn't cheating. It's just giving you ideas to be able to move forward with. It's giving you organization that you may never have been able to achieve on your own. So if it's been something that you've been thinking about trying, I just encourage you to give it a chance and see the benefits that might come from you. I'm not benefiting financially by telling you to start using ChatGPT. I'm just doing it because I think that there are a lot of people that are hesitant to want to try for whatever reason. But I think if you just open up that browser, you're going to see that it's a very easy interface to be able to start with. It just has one box in the middle, oftentimes saying, what can I help you with today? And you just put in some of the prompts that we talked about here or other things that you're thinking, and just start to see some of the things that it can generate for you to be able to have a more organized, a less complicated, a better idea-filled life. That can save you a lot of time, save you a lot of emotional effort, and hopefully help you to move forward with some things that you've been considering. So thanks for watching. I'd love if you would subscribe. Leave me some comments as to the things that you're thinking about. Leave me some comments about the ways that you're using ChatGPT as well. And hopefully we can keep continuing this conversation. I really appreciate you watching. And again, here's that link to the playlist of the videos that I have for how to succeed on YouTube if you're over 40. Hope you're thinking about it. Hey, I'll catch you in the next video.